Make sure you wave. We're on? Minnie, are we on?
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Hey, everybody, it's Friday! We're ready to rumble! No, that's something else. Okay, hey, it's 12 noon. Welcome to Festool Friday. That sounded pretty good, though, didn't it? Okay, let's talk about the room right here. We have Christine on the board. Behind the camera, we have Mr. Vacation, Chris the Unit Cyber. Right over here, we have Min Min. Check out that jersey. Turn it around, Min. Woo! Woo! She is dressed for success today. I'm loving this. All right. This is episode 178. That's 22 away. See how I'm good with math, Min?
Yes.
Kinda away from 200, and we got some really cool plans. We got some ideas heading our way. So get ready. It's gonna be all about you folks. Okay, so, oh yeah, I only have one other thing written on there. Hey, next week is race weekend, isn't it? Here in Indianapolis. What's it called? The greatest spectacle in sports?
In racing.
In racing. You know how many people show up for the race? Usually 500,000 people, right?
Amazing.
More than that? That's crazy. So right now in Indianapolis or this area, it is hopping. And we love May. Okay, so speaking of May, June 3rd is when you are able to purchase this unbelievable parallel edge guide. So I have often talked about this till I'm blue in the face. But we just don't stop. If we make something really great, we don't stop trying to innovate it. And this is coming out June 3rd for purchase. And it is the new parallel edge guide. And everybody thinks it's just for the 1010. It is not. This will replace 2 parallel edge guides. And you'll see the 2 different holes here. And I'm going to go through all of this today. The outside ones are for the 1010. The inside ones, to lock it in, there's 2 additional slots. It's for the MFK 700. And if you've ever seen episode 65, it's in the description. I'm going to tell you right now, I went through the parallel edge guides with all the routers. And I have them right here. So, as I go back in time, in 65, episode 65, I talked about the parallel edge guide for the OF 1010. Okay, and I mentioned this slot right here. And that slot, for an additional purchase, you could put this on and have a fine micro adjust. That's what that slot was for. I also talked about how these fences could not be combined for a little bit of safety. When you're running it, you have to be really conscientious on your in-feed and out-feed when you're running it on a piece, because you could dip in like this. Where I mentioned in that, this is mine at home, I put on a sacrificial fence because I took off the regular pieces here, which you can do, and you could put on a sacrificial fence like this. But to do so was time consuming. On the new parallel edge guide, you're going to notice these 2 green knobs here, right? And there's a, look, that's so cool. It's a lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. But look, you can see unlock and lock, and you can open it up, and you can close it down. That simple. It is so slick. Okay? And at no extra charge, and I'll show you how to do this today. I'm looking at his monitor. Okay, that's really annoying, isn't it? Okay, look, you have this micro adjust built into this. So I will step through 3 to 4 different applications for this, and you're gonna just go, whoo! Everybody online go, whoo! Okay, whoo! All right, good. So this is the one for the MFK 700. It's the same rods as the 1010, but this is also an accessory. It doesn't come with any of the packages. You have a micro adjust here, okay, and this is how it connects right here, and that's your micro adjust. A little confusing because it was a through hole, but once again, you had to take a slotted screwdriver and adjust these. Where now, for this to work with the MFK 700, and we'll do this in a little while, I take it, slide this, and just put the new knob right in, or this knob into there. Okay, so it is just a really slick design, and I'll show you all the ins and outs to this as we go through the applications today. So I could take these two parallel guides, and now we have this. Okay, the one for the 1400 is this one. Okay, these are 8mm diameter rods as well as these. I'll show you an application with these in a little while, but you're going to notice the spacing's different. So on the 1400, this is the one for the 2200, and these are 10mm diameter rods. They're longer. Both of those have the micro adjustment built right into it, okay? But once again, this one does not work with the 2200 because look, the spacing is different. The MFK, we took and we were able to do this, we were able to put an additional slot in here so one parallel guide for the two smaller routers works. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Now, what doesn't come with this is the dust chute from below. When you're running half a bit, the dust wants to capture here. Today, we're going to be using it closed down, but if I needed a shroud, this will be a part that's available. But if you have a 1400, this fits right in here like this, or an older guide, so you can capture dust from below. But we don't need that today because we're going to be using it to do some grooves and do some fluting with this, and some mortising. Whew. Did I cover it? Oh! This is the other thing I want to talk about, because we'll have more with the 1010 next week, but I want to talk about compatibility. I mentioned it, 1010, check it out right here. This is the newest of the routers, the OF1010 REQ-F, all right? This is, that one replaced this one. This is my home one, okay? The OF1010 EQ, it's the same base. It works flawlessly. So we've had this unit out for a while. This will fit it. Also, we had one prior to it. The base was the same. It's the OF1000. All compatible. Yes, I tried to find a 1000, but I couldn't, but I remember the base was the same. Okay, so there you go. That's the compatibility of it. Whew! All right, so let's go over here, and whether you're using a guide stop, I've done a video on the guide stops, live on the guide stops, or a parallel edge guide, there's something on all the Festool routers that makes it so unique. They're the only routers that have this. This right here is the center line. It's here, 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 and here. We have it on the 1400s, same thing, quadrant. We have it on the 2200. It's because we precision grind all the rods, so that way there we can say that is dead on the center line. So to set this up, okay, and I wasn't going to do this application until not yesterday. Today's Friday, right? On Wednesday, I had a gentleman in here, and he was saying, hey, Sage, how do you do the groove for the doors? So this one here is for you, Travis. All right? Imagine that, huh? Travis is making doors. Yay. I'm telling you. So what I'm going to do to set this up, I like to go in line. I like to take it, put it in like this, get it in there, and get it on here, and check it out. I could take it. See that center line? Oh, by the way, this is, Minnie, I need a little help. Okay. This is 20mm thick stock. What's half of 20?
10.
Woo! She's on it with that metric today, baby. Okay, so I'm going to take that and bring it on, but I'm going to do this really cool. I'm going to take it like this, and I'm going to lock it here. I'm going to lock it on this knob. Okay, I got it locked on and everything. See the center knob here? I'm going to take it and loosen it, and look, I can, Chris, get in here so you can see it. I can dial that right in where I need it for that center line, and it's very fine adjust, so I can take that and dial it right where I want it. Now, I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and they say, does it have to be exactly in the center? No, as long as on that door you work from what? You put your parallel guide from the face. So it's off a 1/2 millimeter, big whoopee, okay? As long as it's a 1/2 millimeter, this is from the same face. But here's where Travis was going, boy, the balance on this isn't good. Well, you're going to be doing more of these, right? So do this. Create yourself a larger platform and get some more sticks in there like this. And now it's extremely well balanced, and you got to groove these anyhow. And think about it. I only have to line it up once. The only thing I got to remember is every one of these is what? My face. And I think we did this in the shaker flat panel one we did, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Chris is nodding. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to lock it in. I'm going to grab my dust extraction. Don't trip, Mr. Unit. Is it Mr. Unit now, or is it Dr. Unit? I always forget. Okay, wow, really? So remember this, a little bit of safety. Oh, I got to make sure I mention this. I set my depth just like this. I'm going to make a 9mm depth of groove. So I'm trying to find, nope. I want to go down 9mm, so give me a second. I have it around here. Here it is. Minnie, what's 5 plus 4?
9.
I took 2. See my gauge block like this? So I'm going to set my depth. I'm going to come over here. Okay, I like to do things wicked easy. I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to bring it down to the last turret, which is right here. And I'm going to take something that I know is dead on 9mm, 2 dominoes, a 5 and a 4, and I'm going to go down 9mm. That's how easy depth can be in setting a router. The one thing I think you notice as I'm doing this, I always check to see every knob is tight when I start. And I like the thinness of this, you see, right here, because it doesn't interfere with any of my clamps. So I'm going to run one so you can see how easy this is. I'm going to put my dust extraction on like I always do first, and then I'm going to try, this is so important when you're running a router. Always make sure before you put your plug-it cord on to make sure it's cycled off. And then I'm going to take my plug-it cord, I'm going to put it in here as long as my dust extractor is okay. And what I always have taught everybody is I always go like this, I bring it down, and I want to start right here. Now, my pressure is here. Okay, as I go down, my pressure will transfer to here because I don't want to walk it at the very end using a parallel guide to cause a curve. So I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to bring it down. And as I get to the end, my pressure is on my thumb now. And I'm going to take it off and turn it off. And then what I would do for the next piece, I would just take it like this and rotate it. And you have an easy way to use a parallel guide on the job site to make grooves for like a shaker flat panel door. Okay, I have a 6mm bit in there, so a piece of undersized plywood, 6mm, will fit right in there. Okay, so that's one application. Now, I was thinking about this yesterday because way back when we did something on the routing aid. And the routing aid is the piece that all our routers fit on except for the MFK 700. And what it does is the plexiglass template. And that has 2, sides to it. It's basically 2 parallel guides. So I was thinking about this yesterday. And I said, oh, I could show it on a piece of walnut that's really thick and use 2 of these parallel guides. But here is where I ran into a little bit of a situation. These rods weren't long enough. And like I said earlier, they're 8mm. So what I did is I went over here and I grabbed these because I know these were 8mm. And you could take these, and this is just something you can, if you want to get 2 parallel guides and have a great mortising machine, you can lock it in here like this, lock this in here like this. I'm going to take these out because I'm going to take this eventually and set it up for the MFK 700. But I can, and I'm going to slide in here. Chris, maybe you can come over this way. Okay, I'm going to set it up. And you see how those go in really nice? And I can bring it right to my center line, just like this, which I'm going to do. Rough adjustment. I'm going to tighten it up. And then what's nice is you could take this parallel guide, and how do they say in French? Voila! Voila! Right? That's how you say it, Christine? You didn't know I was bilingual, did ya? Okay, and look, now you get a great mortising machine. Okay, so if I wanted to do a groove all the way through that on end, it's very well balanced. I could take it, turn it on, lock it in, and take it and just rock and roll. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out for you. All right, next. Here we go, here we go. As I take it apart, I'll take these out. I did say that boy, Minnie, you got a lot of people today, eh?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to take it over here. Chris, come around the dust extractor. I don't want you to trip. So this is something in router class I always used to teach how to do fluting. Okay, the nice thing about, and we used to do this with either the MFK or the 1010, but I want to show you some of the cool features with this. As I take my piece like this, in the center flute, I want to plunge in and go. So I'm going to do a stop and start with this. I'm going to take it and make my mark here, in here. Let me get this right here so you can see it. All right, but I'm going to run it. And this is why people always want to know, why do I need, and emphasis, you need a parallel edge guide. It's one of the top accessories for any router, is to do fluting. And everybody thinks that this is a hard setup. No, I split the board, okay? And it's only 2 setups. And with the Festool system, it is so easy because I'm gonna take this, just like this. I'm gonna bring it in, and I'm gonna eyeball it. You know what, I'll take it like this so it's easier for you, Chris, to see this with your camera. I'll run it in like this. Okay, so I'm gonna set it up once. See the center line there? Is that look on center for you, Christine?
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay, good. It's because I get magical eyes. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, I want to set my depth. I believe I have this set. Yep, I set it up yesterday. I believe I set it at like 5 millimeter. So I'm going to take it like that. But the one thing that people don't understand, and when they used to come to router class, they go, wow, the center line makes that easy, and they would do this. They would do 3 setups instead of 2. They would do this one, then they would move it over, and then they would do this one and move it all the way over. You don't have to watch. This is what I'm going to talk. This is what I want to show you. Let me hook it up, because you could flip the board around. So dust extraction in. Make sure it's cycled off. And let's get this in here, the electric. Okay, so when I run this, whoopsie, don't move always check your depth and make sure your clamps aren't in the way, because you don't want to do what? Groove your clamps. So I'm gonna make sure I'm not starting in the material. I'm gonna come here, there we go, back it off, and remember the pressure. My pressure's here. Okay, so there's one. This is what I was getting at. Wait for it to stop. I'm going to make sure everything's tight again. I'm going to come over here. The second one is I'm going to run it from this side. See, you don't have to do 3 setups. I'm going to take it here. Okay, this is how easy it is. I'm going to bring it down, make sure I'm not going to hit. So there's the second one. So now we have to do a third one, right? And this is where I want to make sure that I'm out here so I don't what? Oh no, I'm not going to hit it, because what? I'm going to plunge it in. And this is why a plunge router is fantastic for this application. Okay, I don't have to walk it in with a fixed base. But the nice thing about it is, Chris, I think you can come over here and see this. That's where I marked it, right? That's the center line of where I want to start it. And right over here, I'm going to eyeball it as I do this, and I'm going to stop it right there. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to start it. Lock it on. And that's the center of my bit. Do you know what's amazing? Is I didn't adjust it to the center line, did I? Okay, so hey, Hey, I'm allowed to make a mistake. I'm human. So I'm going to set that. I'm going to call that my offset flute. So I'm going to come over here. I love it when I make mistakes. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to start it once again. There's my line. See how I have that quadrant system? Well, duh, that wasn't tight. There was something that wasn't tight. So where's my line? There's my line. I'm on center line now. Pay attention, Christine. And then I'm going to wash that line when I get to there. Almost. Let me do it. There it is. Boom. So there you go. Check it out. See how it's right in the middle right there? Okay? So there you go. That's how you do a fluted column, and that was just a little offset because my fence moved on me. So that's how you do a fluted. It's just 2 setups because you flip it around and go from both sides. Hopefully that made sense. Next, we didn't even include this, but when I showed you how to groove for a back before, and I always talk about this. When you run it long grain, that's grooving on the length. When you go cross grain, that's called datoing. Okay, that's what we've been doing is grooving and fluting. Okay, so let's talk about, this is the back of the cabinet right here. I always make a mark like that. That's my back. All right, and I have my spanner like this, or nailer, whatever you want to call it. It's 18 millimeters. I'm going to put my back in. It's 18 millimeters. Good one? Okay, good. So there's my back. It's 6 millimeters wide. So now, see how I made my mark, and you'll see right here, that's 24 millimeters. But what's happening? What's half of 6?
3.
Oh, is she gone?
Probably had to go back.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. So that's half of 6 is what, Christine?
3.
Okay, you just replaced Minnie as Miss Metric.
No, she's
Oh,
better.
is she back?
She's coming out.
Okay, so I scribed the line, 18 plus 3, I scribed the line at what? 21 millimeters. So this is the beauty of the edge guide, okay, and center line. I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna take these screws out, take the rods out, and spin these out. Cool. All right, now, I'm gonna place them here. Okay, just like this. Woo! Take your time. Take your time. Dark from Dayton. Okay, and that screws right in like this. Okay, now the beauty of the MFK 700, I set the height because I'm going in. Half of 3/4 is 3/8, which equates to 9 millimeters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the base off because look, right here, right here, right here, and right here, that's the center line on the MFK 700. So I'm going to take see this knob here? I'm going to take that off, just like that, and I can do all my setup already with this, and I don't have to move my height because I've already gauged that. I'm going to take the 2 rods and deadhead them in like this. Okay, see? I have that registration point right there. I'm going to take it. I'm going to slide this in like this. See how easy that is? And once again, there's my center line. If I'm going to lock it in, and that's exactly where I want it. Hopefully that's coming through, center line, right? I'm going to tighten this up, just like this. Make sure everything's tight. Okay, you don't want that offset flute again. Okay, but look, it still holds its registration because that's going to deadhead right there as a fixed base router, and that is still 9 millimeter. So I'm ready to go. Chris, how we doing? Good?
Fantastic.
Minnie, we good?
Yo.
Man, I missed my metric calculator. Christine filled in for you.
Oh, thank you, Christine.
Yep, she's pretty good at that math thing. All right, so always, 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 I'll say it again. make sure before you put a plug-it cord in that your power is cycled off. It's always a good safety check. There was one time we were doing one of these and I didn't check it and it started on me. Practice what you preach. Okay, so I'm just going to shimmy this just a little this way. Okay, and I'm going to turn it on. And remember, my pressure is going to be back here because I don't want to dive in. And it's that simple. And what I always forget to check out or point out is look how lousy that dust extraction was. I'm just kidding. Wait a minute. Do we see any dust? Wait a minute. Chris, come here. Oh, there's a little. There's a little. Do you see any dust? No. The dust extraction is fantastic with the routers, and especially for me, running a groove like that can be really dusty. It's perfect with the MFK 700 or 1010. Whew. Did I cover everything, man? I think I did. Compatibility, everything. Available June 3rd. And I know this was about a parallel guide, but maybe some of these applications will open you up, whether you have a 1400, a 2200, an MFK now, and a 1010 especially, because we just upgraded that. And wait till you see June 3rd, and make sure you tune in next week, because I'm going to show you another really innovative piece for the OF 1010 that you all have been asking for a long, long time, and it's finally here. Okay, so that means we have to do next week, don't we?
Yep.
And it's race weekend, right?
Yep.
Okay, away we go. I have to call everybody out, and Minnie's you're already on the other board.
Almost three yet.
Whoa, okay, so here we go. We got David from Cincy. He was in the house this week. He stopped by on the way up to Lafayette. We have Ray from Pensacola, Florida. Zionsville Doug, he's still in Kapolei, Hawaii. We have him. It's him. It's Dirk from Dayton. We have Big Island Ed. We have Joe from Waseca, Illinois. We have Edric from Citrus Hills, California. We have Des from Harrogate, England. We have Rowett from Seattle. Mac is back from Woodcraft, Springfield, Virginia. We have Craig and Tyler from Virginia. Woo! Bronskis are in town. Rick is from sunny Blackpool, UK. Mike M from Austin, Texas. We have Jason from Fenton, Michigan. We have, trying to wake up Chris, the unit. We have our Rugster, that's, I know, it's Russ Hugster from Chichester, UK. We have Chris, he's always with us, from Malta. Jacob from Rhode Island. Jason and Yana from Washington. We have Dustin, FF, happy birthday! Frankfurt.
Dustin is from Frankfurt, and it's his birthday.
Hey, it's Dustin's birthday from Frankfurt, Indiana.
Indiana?
Hey, I know somebody from Frankfurt.
That's me.
Me too.
And he,
A lot of people from
hey,
Frankfurt.
do you know what the mascot is?
Hot dog.
The hot dog. Woo! We have Warren from Batavia, Ohio. Rob, I would say Rob S. from, no, it's Rob from South Devon, England. Paul, Sherry, and Sam. Hang on a second. They're usually from Arizona, aren't they?
Yes.
But they're in Normandy, France on vacation, and they're stopping?
On Memorial Day weekend almost.
No kidding. And they're in Normandy, France, and they're stopping to watch us?
Yeah.
Woo! You know what it was? In France, they use metric, and Minnie was coaching them on metric. How's that? Okay, hey! Woo! Kilometers per hour, don't forget it. John from Anderson Island, Washington. Stevie. We have Spark Trish, that's Willie. Gerbols from Jurgen Delft, the Netherlands. Tony and crew from Woodcraft, Dayton. Woo! Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. Gerald from Derrida, LA. Mac from Los Angeles.
about 4 or 5 names down from.
We're back.
We're back?
Yep, Jerry G.
Okay, hang on a second. I froze. Minnie, check it out. I froze.
Very good.
Okay, hey, it's Jerry G from Sugar Grove, Illinois. Mike from Fair Oaks, California. Frank from Downers Grove, Illinois. Peter from Powhatan, Virginia. Tom and Kelly, you're always there, from Eatonton, Georgia. Dan from Whitestown, New York. Joshua from Las Vegas. I miss Travis. He was a good board turner last week.
Yeah.
We have Lode from Stockholm. We have Dragon from Serbia. Cameron from Annapolis, Maryland. George from Tallinn, Estonia. David from Israel. The Warped Woodsman from Portland, Oregon. It's Johnny O from Atco, New Jersey. Bermuda Steve. Leslie flying high. What's that mean?
Airplane.
Oh, he's in an airplane.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was me this weekend. We have Mark from Crimpton, Anderlecht, the Netherlands. Gotcha, Minnie. We have Jeff from Clarksburg, Maryland. We have Monty from Canton, Connecticut. We have Carrie from Dallas, Texas. Matt from Newark, Ohio. Giev from Shaker Heights, Ohio. We have Dave and Gwen. Hi, Gwen. Hi, Dave. We have Paul from Reading, Berkshire, UK. She thinks I have an accent. We have Swempa from Halstead, Sweden. Petri from Ularvi, Finland. Terry from Salt Lake City, Utah. Big Mike from Raleigh, North Carolina. Cal from Bucharest. We have Joe, my main man Joe, from Akron, Ohio. Soren from Denmark with a smiley face. Mike P. from Oahu. Steve H. from Fort Wayne. Engineer Mike from New Hyde Park, New York. We have Travis and Garrett. I know you guys are watching. I know you're building cabinets. I'm calling you out right now because I know you're watching. Okay, up in northern Indiana. We have Apo from Finland. We have Andy from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Mark from Chicago. Daniel from Barrettville, Switzerland. Jim from Greenbrier, California. Jerry from Norfolk, Nebraska. How are you? Woo! We met you last week. Stephen from Augsburg, Germany. Gary from Plano, Texas. Andrew from Toledo, Ohio. We have Biblio from Denmark. Or is that Bilbo Baggins? Biblio from Denmark. Dave from San Diego. I almost said Sedge from San Quentin. Okay, Randy from Moreland, Georgia. Greg from Ottawa, Canada. Karen from Sugar Hill, New Hampshire. That's a good, cool name. Matt from Tinley Park, Illinois. Johnny from Hoffman State, Illinois. Francis from Boucherville, Quebec. Chilster Deluxe from Dundee, Scotland. Chilster Deluxe. I love it. Euro from Euro.
That's it.
Euro. U-R-H-O from Helsinki, Finland. Minnie, that's a. We have Greg from Lake Vermilion, Minnesota. Dean from Fauquier. F-A-W-K-E-R is the phonetic. County, Virginia. Thank you for clarifying that. Thomas from Copenhagen, Denmark. Eloy from Denver. Kevin from Marysville, California. Brent from Rochester, New York. Is that Shroom or Stroom? Stroom from Tranås, Sweden. We have Yaroslav from Toronto. We have Hell House from Warsaw, Poland. And are people putting stuff up to make me swear? Michelle from Paris, France. Dick from Katy, Texas. Kevin from Tahag.
These are names.
Oh, Kevin Tahag from Shobin and Prague, Ireland.
These are names. They're in.
Okay, Kevin Tahag and Komish from Shobin and Prague, Ireland. Josh. And Shobin and Padrig. Okay, sorry, Minnie. From Ireland. I still can't pronounce names. Josh from Jackson, Texas. Bahama Brian, my main man.
Our friend from North Wales showed up.
Yes.
But there are so many letters, I ran out of room.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So welcome North Wales yet again.
Welcome North Wales. I am becoming Mr. Welsh Pronunciation guru. I'm finally getting there. I am really trying. Okay. All right. I think that's it for Minnie. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay, everybody. We are ready for the weekend. Hey, who sang "Everybody's Working for the Weekend"? I can't sing. Who was that? You guys remember?
The Rolling Stones?
No, Loverboy.
Oh, see, that's so big.
That's Chris's nickname.
Rick had a lot of questions.
I should have you may remember the MTV video. He had a little sweatband. Woo! Okay, everybody. Have a great weekend. Make sure you turn on Loverboy album for you. Get ready for next week. And I always say this, don't I, Minnie? We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I still can't believe we're up in the 178 area of these episodes. Thank you, Rick, as always. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Chris. And thank you, Min Min. Have a great weekend, everybody. Next weekend's race weekend here in Indy. We are all ready. Thank you. Hey, that's a wrap.